It's no surprise that the way things are going right now, it looks as though humans are gonna die out, and they're gonna die out really, really soon. Like, think of all the bad things that we've done to ourselves so far. Things like Hitler, things like Stalin, and even the things that come naturally that we didn't cause, things like Ebola. Well, many people think that humans are so smart that we're going to be able to conquer all of these problems, eliminate them, and then eventually we're going to long live and prosper. However, it's not as fine and dandy as it seems. Think of all the bad things we've already done to ourselves, like destroying the ozone layer, melting the ice caps, killing our own kind in war, because, why not? Is this really the end for humans to come? Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Overanalyzing Random Stuff. And today I'm tackling a much, much darker topic. The topic of humans that are going to die, and I'm going to show you why right now. Say you're at the lottery station, and you've got two lotteries to choose from. Either Sanjay's Super Cash or Ditto's Mega Money. The way Sanjay's Super Cash works is you've got a choice between 1 and 10 numbers to choose a lottery number from, and then one is randomly selected at lottery night to choose the winner. Ditto's Mega Money works in a very similar fashion, but instead you've got a choice of over 1 million numbers to choose from rather than just 10 numbers. So you're looking at these lotteries and you just can't decide. So you have a friend who's going to decide for you instead. So he comes back. He's brought that lottery ticket, and the lottery ticket that he shows is the number 7. Now you think to yourself, which of these two lottery numbers is more likely that your friend chose it from? Well, obviously, it's Sanjay Super Cash. Why? Well, Sanjay Super Cash only had 10 choices to choose from before, and when he landed on that 7, well, that's a 1 in 10 chance. However, with Ditto's Mega Money, you would have to choose that 7 in a 1 in 1 million chance. That's why it's a lot more likely that you chose Sanjay's money. And also, if you saw Sanjay's lottery and you also got a 21 out of that lottery, you would be able to tell, since that you would have chosen a number from 1 in 10, not a 21, you would have said, oh, that's impossible because I can't choose a 21 out of a set of 1 to 10. So it would automatically have to be Ditto's. So, you think to yourself, it has to be Sanjay's lottery. Now the question is, why wouldn't it land in that 1 to 10 range if it were Ditto's too? I mean, it could. That's very, very possible. However, landing between that 1 and 10, when you've got 999,000 other options that would automatically kick out Sanjay, it seems pretty improbable that you would have chosen that for Ditto's lottery instead. Now here's the real question. What the does that have to do with anything that I'm saying about humans dying? Well, say that in essence, every human had a lottery number. Like say the first human, Adam, was number 1. And Eve was number 2. And so on and so forth. If you're someone my age, you're probably somewhere around 105 billion. Now, if we were to go to 2100 and then humans killed themselves in a nuclear war, likely around 130 to 150 billion humans will have ever lived before they decided they were going to go extinct. Now, if we lived to January 1st, 60,000, it is a lot more likely that our population would have grown to about 1 billion trillion, and we will have mastered the art of intergalactic travel if we ever decide that we're going to live that long. So, say in essence that these two proposed scenarios are Sanjay's lottery and Ditto's lottery, respectively. Sanjay's lottery has 130 to 150 billion people living before they all decide to die in 2100. However, Ditto's lottery has them living till the year 60,000. And they have 1 to 1 billion trillion people living. And they're still going fast. And say, when you choose a lottery ticket, you choose your number. 105 billion, the number you see in the middle of the screen. Does this sound familiar? Because it should. That 105 billion means that it's a lot more likely that you were chosen out of selection of Sanjay's lottery with 1 to 150 billion rather than 1 to 1 billion trillion. Why? Because it's a lot easier to choose 1 out of 150 billion than 1 out of 1 billion trillion, and also because if it was anything larger than 150 billion, you would automatically knock out Sanjay's. This sounds a lot like the proposal we suggested the last time, right? Yeah, it holds true here too. Sanjay's lottery is more likely, which means that humans are a lot more likely to go extinct earlier than to live long and prosper. And that is what I call overanalyzing.